What's up, everyone? How's it going? Hope everyone's doing good. I am with my good friends, Walt and Dean. Here we go.
Oh,
we got Mouse Talk. We got the live place in the house. I couldn't wait to get you guys on. What's going on, everyone?
Going good.
I saw
Going
Dean was
well.
reading his book. I said, I got that book too. I read over there.
yes.
It's the best book
That's
ever.
the best.
I don't have that book yet. I got to get that one.
It's an old one.
I've seen this a lot on clearance over the years, and I don't know.
Really?
I think they've updated it too. This was I've got this one.
Anybody will send me that one. You can send
82, it says. So.
Yeah.
Very cool. How's it going, everyone? Welcome. It's RobFuz here. I am not streaming tomorrow. I am streaming. You guys like this format? I don't know. Do you like? I don't know. Is this better? I don't know. What do you guys like in the chat?
like that better.
You like this one better? All right, we'll do that.
But it's up to you.
It's a little bit big there. So we get to see more of. Hold on a sec. What is going on here? What is this?
Yeah.
Dreamers Empire. We got trees. You're
He's on the Jungle Cruise.
Welcome to the jungle.
Everybody's got such nice backgrounds. Mine's so boring, so I livened it up a bit.
I like it. I love it. Well, I'm just a little crazy. I got my friends here. I got excited. Sorry about that. Welcome to the stream, guys. If you're watching later, please leave a comment below. 19 watching now. Hit that like button. I appreciate it. Don't forget, check this guy out, Mouse Talk. Unbelievable. Tuesday, he's back, 8 o'clock. Mouse Talk. Melissa and Walt, my good friends, they're awesome. I love the new. Hold on a second. I haven't had you on the stream yet since you have your new studio. I love it. Wow, it's grown since you first started too. There's more stuff in there now.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
Got all kinds of stuff.
Wow.
Very nice, very nice. If you watch the first stream of Disanity,
Yep, Disanity. Yep.
they showed a tour of the office. Melissa walked around. It was really cool. If you want to see, and of course we have this man right here. Dreamers Empire, the live place. Dean the man.
Rob and Walt. I couldn't be happier. This is my first time streaming with Walt, and I'm excited.
Very
My
cool.
pleasure.
Well, welcome, guys. So yeah, definitely check out Mouse Talk. I'll get this. Check out.
Well, the opposite.
Guys, do me a favor too. Put the links down there. Check out the live place on YouTube. We just did a show. What, Tuesday?
Fifth Gate.
Was it Tuesday? Yeah, Tuesday.
Yeah,
The
right
5th
after
Gate.
my show. Yep.
We got to get Walt in there too. He would be a great addition to the show too. So our next episode is in February 25th, but it's on this guy's channel here. So if you want to see me, Jim for More Sunshine, please. Hopefully Walt will be in there too. Please subscribe to the live place on YouTube, and of course the liveplace.com. It's a great website. So
It certainly is.
I'm tired. Good night, everybody.
Yeah,
We're
good
out
night.
of here, so.
This is good.
I got it's so funny. We have our Christmas stuff out, from December, end of November, December, all our plates, our cups and everything. And we just switched them back over. So I got my beat up koala bear cup from the San Diego Zoo. That's where he's from. So I got it. It's huge. So I'm drinking from that tonight. So that's the story there. So who's in the chat here? Let's go. Let's
Great
see who's
people in
here.
the chat.
Yeah,
We
we
got a
have
lot of good people.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Mike Wheeler, the man. Brianna's here. Welcome, Brianna. I could say that, right? LSU mom, Grace,
Emily.
Rachel, Captain Akron, Captain, my captain, Kyle. Steve's World is here. Not feeling well again. Steve, I'm so sorry. Hope you're feeling better.
Oh,
Here,
Steve, feel better, buddy. I know he's been fighting the flu.
Yeah, Kyle's here. Rachel's here. Grace is here. LSU mom, Brianna. Brianna's a Bon Jovi fan. She's awesome.
Nice.
Mike Wheeler. Kay's here. How's it going, Kay? You could do it all the way from Japan. Greetings from Japan.
Wow.
Friday in Tokyo, Disney Circus. I don't know if you ever saw Scott Yukin's channel. Dean is a great channel. He does a lot of stuff from Disneyland Tokyo, a lot of stuff from he does a lot of stuff from Universal Studios Japan. So he's awesome. I love seeing his channel. He's from Orlando too, so he did a lot of stuff from Florida. Noah Supermod going to the Super Bowl. He's right here. I can't believe Noah's going to the Super Bowl. Joey's World is here live.
Joey's World, there they are.
What's going on? How's it going? They've been streaming a lot too. Check out those guys. Justin, welcome to the stream. There's Ruth. What's going on? Walto Graham's in the house. I don't know if you know, Walt is twin brothers. I spread that rumor. Twin brothers with Steve. I don't know. It was Walt made a big announcement. He's making a big announcement, and they want you to adopt them, Walt. I don't know if you know that or not. So
I saw the tweets.
That'd be awesome.
I've talked to Melissa, It'd be a good idea if I get the approval of the wife.
Okay, that's cool. Okay, so Dougie, there is a chance. Michael, what's going on, my
You're
friend?
saying there's a chance.
There it is. AJC Magic. I talked about it. I was on Disney Nerd Herders channel yesterday, and they asked me what was the craziest thing on YouTube, and I gave it to AJC Magic. Amy, she ate ants on the air the other day, so that was all you. I gave it to you,
Amy.
She's awesome. Who else is here? I think that's everyone. I'm catching up here. Good to see everyone. Disney Nerd Herders, there they are. Speaking of devil, Papa Walt, Papa. It's too funny. I saw a great picture of George Lucas holding the child, the baby Yoda, the other day.
I saw it too.
And all I did was on Jon Favreau's Twitter. All I put was Papa. That's all I put. That was my response. Papa. That was great. It's 29 watching. Wow, what a great crowd. I said to Walt, I said, this was your old time slot. So it was nice that you came on. So I miss you on Thursdays. But I'll tell you what, I love your show. I love Desani. Great show. You had the Disney Nerd Herders on first. They were great. And what was the topic Tuesday?
It was top 10 70s and 80s TV shows. It was pretty awesome.
Did you do like you had a choice too? You pick if you did.
We did that on Tuesday. We did Never Have I Ever. So
that's what it was.
You had 50 questions and you had to tell me if you did or didn't. Look at Dougie.
Dougie, I'm gonna adopt you, Dougie. Thank you so much.
Nice.
Thank you so
Not
much.
if I don't first.
You're awesome. Thank
Dougie
you
with the $10.
Dougie, I gotta have Dougie on
10
too.
pounds.
So.
£10 super chat. Thank you, Dougie.
Man, Patrick, thank you so
nice.
much for that super chat.
Patrick.
Thank you so much. Patrick, my man, eating dinner. Say hi to my man. PJ in the house, my man. PJ's the man over there. So
is he here?
Say hi to the family. Well, I'm sure he's eating dinner with Dad.
Oh, yeah.
Love that kid. He's awesome. So
nice.
Everyone's thanking Dougie. Thank you so much. And it's like 1 o'clock in the morning for Dougie too. That makes the super chat even more special. So
I know.
Too crazy. So I'm just excited. I never get to go prime time. So
yeah.
This
is prime time.
I know. This is fun. This is so much fun. So Dean, I love that backdrop. You guys both, I asked you both said you'll come on instantly. So I appreciate you guys. And I thank you guys for coming on. So
I want to be a little exciting here. And I'm in the jungle.
Yeah.
I love it. It's like Guns N' Roses.
I'm going to call you Axel for the rest of the show. So
why is that? Now you see, I don't know what that means.
Guns N' Roses.
Axel,
welcome to the jungle.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I'm so out of it.
It's all right.
That's
all right. So guys, we'll talk about Mouse Talk. We'll get a little plugs in here. I want to get everyone. Well, what are you at now? What's your number now?
We're at 1853, so we're getting there.
That's awesome.
Wow,
that's awesome. Talk about Mouse Talk.
We have the live streams on Tuesdays, and we do vlogs here and there. We just posted a vlog just a couple days ago of we did an unboxing of Mickey Monthly. Lots more coming in the future with the channel. And next week, I hope everybody can make it. We have a really big announcement that's I don't want to give it away, but there's something big coming next Tuesday that we're going to talk about.
nice.
It's going to be changing a lot. It's funny, we just changed. Well, there's something coming. So I'm hoping you guys can all be there for that. We're looking forward to it. And it's pretty huge for us.
Walt came on and I'm like, I'm so excited about your announcement. I'm so excited about your announcement of your announcement. I was so excited. So that's awesome. So definitely check out Mouse Talk. Great channel.
Yeah.
And its co-host and wife, Melissa, she is awesome too. So, and of course, Dean from the Live Place. I heard you have a new show. I think we talked about it a little earlier.
You heard of it?
I've heard of it. Yeah,
I've heard of it.
Cool, so.
The Fifth Gate. So the thing about the Fifth Gate was, and a lot of people here were on the other night, and Rob and Jim and I, I threw out the idea to Jim first and then to Rob, and then Rob finally said, what are we doing, guys? We gotta figure this thing out a little better. So fortunately, and I thank Rob for kind of saving the show, is he said, let's get together, let's plan out our episodes, how are we gonna pitch this thing? So thank you, Rob. And honestly, it went better than I had imagined it would. And there's Jim. It was really fun to be with these guys. And so the only thing I will say about the Fifth Gate is that in the future, I promise to do a little better on handling the comments. It was 50 people on it one time. So it was
disclaimer though, we kind of said we're going to be a little into it, and we're not going to be great on the comments, but we're going to have other shows where we're going to do more comments. So
we're going to do that better in the future. Yep. Hey, Mouse Talk's on.
Hey, look at that. Mouse Talk. Welcome to the stream.
I gotta learn to type at the same time. The other thing I wanted to ask Walt, I watched part of the show, but in your 70s, 80s TV shows,
mm-hmm.
did the Partridge Family ever come up?
Partridge Family did come up.
It did.
I think it made Melissa's list. It was honorable. I know it was honorable mention on a couple. I think it might have made Melissa's top 10 or honorable mention for sure.
Okay, I know it's the
I wanna go back and
corniest
see it.
show. I loved it. It was great. It was kind of like they were good. The Partridge Family.
I gotta watch it. So it was 80 shows or 70 shows?
70s.
70
Partridge
shows.
Family was 70s for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But that was the show, though. 70 shows or just
70s
about-
and 80s. We did
okay. I gotta go back and watch it. I'm dying to see.
Partridge Family, David Cassidy, Shirley Jones. You know, she was his adopted or stepmom, I think. But anyway, every show ended with a song, and the songs are good.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, and the 18 did make the list for. I know the 18 made the list for Melissa, and I think the 18 made the list for Charlie, if I'm not mistaken. It didn't make it for me. I never watched the 18.
I hope Happy Days was in the top 5 at least.
Happy Days was my number one.
That's my number one too.
Yeah. That was Charlie's number one too.
Love that show. Henry Winkler.
Oh, he's Ron Howard. But my favorite character on the show was always the father. Mr. Cunningham was my favorite. Howard. He was my favorite character. He was like the dad. He was awesome.
He was a established actor. People probably didn't know that.
Tom Bosley?
Yeah, Tom Bosley.
He went on. Remember, he went on to Father Dowling Mysteries too.
That's right.
Oh yeah.
He did that one too.
Tom Bosley. When I know he's not with us anymore.
No, he's gone. He's gone.
He died. Wow, 10 years ago he died.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
Wow. Towards the end there, he did not look like Mr. C. So,
no,
you're right. He was awesome. Though. Yeah, that's a shame. He was. How old was he?
He was up there.
27 to 2010. So yeah, he was definitely up there.
He was
lived a good life. So.
83
it says. Okay, I see that in another Google thing. So that's awesome. And my other one was, I'd say right off the bat, Mork and Mindy, Happy Days, Love Boat.
Yep.
Fantasy Island. Dukes of Hazzard I loved. 18 was a good pick.
Yeah.
And what else was
Three's Company. I used to watch Three's Company.
Three's Company.
The Jeffersons. I used to watch The Jeffersons.
Oh, all those shows.
How about Cheers and Taxi?
Of course. And Night Court too. Don't forget about Night Court.
Oh yeah.
And Cosby Show. You know, I know we have all kinds of problem with Bill Cosby, but back in the day, he was the '80s dad. Let me tell you right now.
Yeah, sure was. Oh, I was trying to think. I think I liked the Fonz. I agree with you. Just another.
Oh, I love the Fonz. He was awesome.
He's still good to this day. He was on something the other day. He was just he's on some shows, and
he did a show recently with William Shatner and Terry Bradshaw and somebody else. George Foreman. And they were traveling and just being themselves. It was hilarious.
That's funny.
I don't remember that one. What was it called? What was it?
I know what you're talking about, though. Yeah.
Yeah. Four old geezers. I don't know, something.
Oh, yeah, something like that. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it was like a reality show. That's right. Yeah, it didn't last too long. It was only a quick
It did not.
Yeah, it didn't last too long. So, all right, guys. So, topic of the night. And it's funny. And I told Walt earlier. So, I know a couple tips. But I'm not the greatest, and you know what? I'll be honest with you. I wanted to hear what the chat room says. And I know Dean's going next week to Disney World, so I said, "Hey, you're going to Disney World. Let's hear how you're going to cope with the crowds and stuff." And Walt, I feel is probably has a lot of great input on topic dealing with Disney crowds. I was thinking what you guys thought.
Yeah, Walt knows more than I do. I got kind of a unique beat on it, but I'm going to wait my turn.
Okay.
Because as soon as I say it, I'm probably done.
Well, let's start with Walt. Yeah.
When it comes to the crowds, we kind of go off what we call the 3 Ps: planning, patience, and positioning. And I say that because they all have their different takes. Obviously, there is some planning that needs to be involved. Whether you decide to go during a less busy time, like January and February, are usually less busy. Obviously, you don't want to be down there the last week of December or spring break because it's going to be so busy. Right. If you can plan away from those times, try to find those less busy times. For when it comes to patience, you just got to be patient, Rob. Dean, I'm sure you know this. You guys know that. It's going to be busy to an extent all the time. There's never really an off season. Yeah, there's not. So you got to have patience. And then positioning. If you're going to watch the fireworks, position. Get there early. Get a good spot. Maybe get near an exit so that when it's over, you can get out of there quickly. There's just different things you got to do to really position it and plan accordingly. Like we always get there for rope drop because I tell people this all the time. If you can get there for rope drop, it's not going to be that busy. People tend to get there about 10 o'clock. From 10 to 2, chaos. Take a break in the afternoon. Get there early. We always do, and we can knock out 4, 5, 6 rides at Magic Kingdom. If we get there at rope drop, we head towards Adventureland. You can hit Jungle Cruise, Pirates, Splash Mountain, Big Thunder, and Haunted Mansion within the first hour.
I always go to Fantasyland first because I'll be honest with you, I don't want to wait 2 hours for like Peter Pan.
Right, and that's fine. And for us, it's more about the quantity of getting in as many rides as we can. Because the other thing too, part of planning is getting your fast passes. Like we'll fast pass Peter Pan, and we'll try to fast pass Mine Train, so we don't need to worry about them first thing. We do the other ones.
That's a good point. Hard to find a less busy time, but remember back in the early 90s, parks were quiet for Thanksgiving week. Not anymore.
Yeah.
You know, I think Disney's smart, not for us, but they'll have like January that's when I always went. And now they have the marathon weekend,
Mm-hmm.
So that fills it in. And then they have they fill in spots. They have festivals at Epcot. The Arts Festival just started the other day. So.
And they also run specials a lot of times. They'll do free dining. If you notice, look at the dates of the free dining. A lot of times it's during lesser times.
Yeah, everyone's agreeing with everything you say. Yeah, I agree totally with the rope drop. I don't know if you guys know, I got to go in November. I got to go to Disney Studios. I asked Donna if we can go early, and I think they picked me up, and we were there half hour before the park. We got in, and it was just so much nicer. And then it was Dapper Day. I didn't really realize it at Disney Studios, so it got really crowded around 12 1 o'clock. I had to get out of there around 2 o'clock anyway. So, but it was crazy though.
So Walt, I've noticed when you were down there, you guys are early risers. You're just naturally an early riser, right?
I am. Yeah, I usually, even on like today, I had the day off from work today. I was still up by 5:30 in the morning.
So what would you say? Because some families are just late people and they're not going to get up till 10 o'clock, and so they don't want to get there at rope drop. What do you do when you're not an early riser?
Well, in a case like that, if you're not going to take advantage of the rope drop and get there early, that's fine. Just understand that it's going to be really crowded by the time you get there. Try to have your fast passes already made up for the afternoon so that you can really get those rides you want. And then other than that, you just have to be patient because you're going to be getting there when everybody else is getting there. And there's not much else you can do. I mean, at that point, sometimes you have to pick and choose. You may say, do we want to wait 60 minutes for Mine Train or do we want to wait 60 minutes for Space Mountain? Because most people probably don't want to do both. Just make sure you do your fast passes as far in advance as you can if you're going to be not an early riser. Or, what you can do, Dean? Speaking of that, stay till park close.
Yeah.
A lot of people will leave right after the fireworks. You ever notice I call it the mass exodus?
Yep.
Of the park right after the fireworks. A lot of times, right after that, the park will start to clear out. Stay till the end. Stay till the end. Near the end of the night, a lot of rides are less busy, and you can get on some then too.
And I'll share something on that vein, which is something Bob and I figured out a few years ago, and we watch. This is an Epcot hint. We watch not Illuminations, but Epcot Forever now. Well, I haven't been to Epcot Forever yet, but anyway, we go to like Japan or the very back, and then we'll watch it from there. And if you let everybody go for a half hour, even less than a half hour, you own the park. And there is not a better moment of walking through Epcot and it feels like it's emptied out. So we'll just stay as long as they'll let us, and then walk out. So that's a beautiful hint.
I agree. And you know what that does too? You're 100% correct, Dean, because what that'll do is if you're a photographer or you're somebody that likes to take pictures, you can get some really good pictures of Epcot and the different parts of the countries when there's like hardly anybody around.
So nice.
Yes, I agree 100%. And speaking of Epcot, and if I'm talking too much, Rob, just shut me up.
No, I love it. I'm enjoying it.
And the other thing with Epcot too is, remember, World Showcase doesn't open to 11.
That's right.
But you can get to certain parts of World Showcase
before
beforehand. Like you can go as far as France and go to Le Havre for breakfast, which is what we've done. And so you can hit, what's that, Canada, you can hit some of those other countries beforehand, before it's really even open, and it's even less crowded then too. Yep. It's great. It's great. It's just a matter of planning. I know a lot of people are like, oh, I just want to wing it. But there's got to be some planning involved in your trip. Just a little bit. You know?
Yeah, you definitely do.
Yeah, you don't necessarily have to go, word for word with it, but just have an idea ahead of time. And I think it will really help to keep things on track and really be efficient with your time.
Yeah. Walt, you have a question from Anthony.
Is there
a way to hit good
at the beginning of the day at Magic Kingdom? Yes, I think there is, really. I mean, if you're talking about all 4 mountains, well, I always say to people, start in Adventureland. I always say start over there. It's probably the furthest away, but you'll get Big Thunder done quick, and then right from Big Thunder, you can go Splash Mountain's right there too. You got the 2 of them, boom, boom. You can hit both of them just like that, and then head right to Mine Train. And, get Mine Train out of the way, because that one's going to be more busy than that. And then Space Mountain. Yeah, you can do it. You can definitely do it. What's up, Dave?
What's up, Dave?
What up,
Road trip, Dave?
How's it going, Dave?
How y'all doing tonight?
Yeah, great. Welcome to the stream. Everyone check out Road Trip Dave, one of my partner channels. He is awesome. Well, the link is down below there.
That's
What's
right,
up,
brother.
Dave? When I came up with this topic, I was actually thinking about you. Because I remember, I was thinking about a topic, and I wanted to see something like I think people would, get a lot out of. And 3-parter here. I knew Walt was really good at this stuff. That's why I invited him. I know Dean's going next week. And then, like you were saying, Walt, don't go during Christmas and New Year's. We were kind of thinking about it this year. We were thinking about going, but I'm going to put it out there. I'm not really into crowds and everything. But I remember Dave said he went. Did you go Christmas or New Year's, Dave? And you had some alternate things to do during crowds. And I think you have some cool plans that you came up with too. If you want to talk about some of your tips.
First, I want to basically say hi to my partners in crime, RobFuz, Dean, Walt. Good to see you, man. Is it the first time that I've actually talked with you? Like, stream with you online?
Yes.
All right, man. Well, good to finally virtually meet you, man.
You too, brother. You too, man.
Awesome.
We actually have gone. Usually, it's if we do that time of year, it's in between Christmas and New Year's. It's around the 27th, the 28th, and then we.
He froze up on us. I like the intellectual.
Oh, see, had us on our edge. Listen intently.
See, because I was talking to Dave about if I was going to go. Maybe Dave pop on and pop back on off again. I was talking to him, and I knew he had some good plans, so he was just about to get into it. Hopefully, he comes back. Road trip, Dave in the house. There he goes. Let's see. There he is. Okay, go ahead. Max Headroom had his anticipation.
Oh man.
So go ahead, Dave.
Okay. Well, so I forget where I was. I was talking about we left on the 3rd. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. We stayed there from like the 26th to the 3rd, and most of my experience with going there during that time was just as a kid and things that we started doing traditionally in the traditional sense. For one thing, for New Year's Eve, guys, if you go to the Magic Kingdom during New Year's Eve, I have one word for you: insane.
Yeah.
That is insane. I would never recommend doing that at all for New Year's Eve. Epcot is probably about half a level of insanity. I would actually recommend going to Hollywood Studios now. I think is going to be interesting now with everything that's in there, especially coming up this year when you got somebody posted on Twitter. You're going to have Mickey's Runaway Railway. You've got Rise of Resistance. You've got just about everything going full bore in that park. So Hollywood Studios could very well be insane. So we went to Animal Kingdom this last trip. We went to Animal Kingdom, and it wasn't bad. Walt, I think your point, I was eavesdropping in earlier. I wasn't on the chat. But getting there by rope drop, highly recommend doing that. Highly recommend doing that. If anything, maybe on New Year's Eve, the best way to avoid the crowds for Animal Kingdom is to not have any expectations as to what you ride. I mean, that's the other thing. Because
not too promising, but
yeah, I mean, I mean, that's the thing. I was like, I don't want to be discouraging on that, but like, you know, one of the rides that was available was Triceratops Spin at Animal Kingdom. You know,
That's true.
and then there was then we did do the spin cycle. I forget what's the name of that ride. The
Primeval World.
Yeah, Primeval World.
Yeah.
I should know that, right? And that's fun. That's fun. But the other thing is too, we made sure we got if we got fast passes, we designate and schedule the rides according to those fast passes. So if you've got some dead time, find something and just suck up a wait. But if if you're going in the mornings or if you're going even mid-morning, hit the long waits first. Hit like, you know, Kilimanjaro Safaris. If you don't want to waste a fast pass for that, go to that. We did fast passes on Flight of Passage, Expedition Everest, and Dinosaur, because those are the ones we knew were pretty intense. Those are the ones that are always the high demand. But you know, but for New Year's Eve, I think that's the best thing to do. And then, of course, here's the other thing: you got to plan your day as to whether or not you're going to watch the fireworks show for New Year's Eve. And I would recommend getting an Epcot resort room, or just go to the Epcot resort area for midnight.
That's what you guys did, right?
Yes, we did. We've done that the last 4 times I've been there for New Year's Eve. We've done the Epcot resort area. It is
Dave,
night
you're
and day.
brave. You're brave.
But you know what? To his point,
I'm crazy, Rob. That's a difference. I'm crazy.
But it's true, because that works. The one thing I noticed when I was down there in December as well, just before the holidays.
That was the first time you were down there for Christmas.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
And I was going to go over to the Magic Kingdom resorts. Just drive over, park at a resort, and go in and take pictures and video. They wouldn't let me. No, they wouldn't. They said if you don't have a reservation or if you're not staying here, you cannot park here. They said you could go to Disney Springs, park there, and take a bus to the resort. Right. So that's a big tip too. If you're down there and you want to go to just a resort, like let's say you want to go to the Poly, go on the beach and watch the fireworks for New Year's Eve. Go to Disney Springs first, take the bus and go, because more than likely they're not going to let you park if you're A, not staying there, or B, if you don't have a reservation for dining.
Right.
I found out the hard way.
Well, why is that though? Because
they need the space for the reservations and the people staying there.
Yeah,
so
literally.
They won't let
Walt, to kind of add to that, the one thing about the Epcot resort areas is that is the very popular area for a lot of people to go, because everybody wants to go to the Epcot one. Magic Kingdom is, of course, always the big hit, but Epcot is, if not tied with Disney, it's or Magic Kingdom is pretty close.
Yeah, it is.
And so what they do is, literally, I remember like it would be the 29th or the 30th. You know, you'd have space, and literally the 31st, you're walking around the resort and the parking lot around all the hotels, Yacht Club, Beach Club, Swan and Dolphin, they are filled to the max. They're absolutely filled to the max. And that's what it used to see in earlier days. I remember, Walt, just like you were saying, people would take advantage of the fact that there weren't any gates. They ladies and gentlemen, they used to not have gates in front of the resort parking areas. Now they've got somebody on there that's on point to make sure that you are a true guest. So
it's crazy. Well, I find it crazy that in the Magic Kingdom that they, you know, all the different grass areas and all that stuff, and they have the railings and stuff. Don't they take out the railings and they maximize the space and everything when there's, you know, New Year's Eve, Christmas Eve, you know, Christmas, New Year's Eve and everything. It's just crazy. I've never done it. So I definitely admire you, Dave, for doing all that stuff. You know, just crowds in general, you know, I don't know. I just, unfortunately, what is the best time to go? Anyone ever use touring plans? I was asking, I know Dave,
yes,
Brady and Dave.
I think touring plans, they're pretty good. I also like Kenny the Pirate. I think Kenny the Pirate does a good job.
Okay.
There's WDW Prep School. They do a pretty good job as well. Look, we live in a me first world, and everybody's like me. Let me get there. So you just gotta be patient.
Dave, what glassy cup do you have?
This is Great Wolf Lodge, man.
Yeah, he says
yeah.
Yeah. Noah was asking what was the mug of the 2 weeks, and that was Pirates of the Caribbean. So like today it's just water out of the Great Wolf Lodge cup.
I like it. Very nice. Very cool. But yeah, if you guys don't know, go ahead. Who's talking?
Oh, Rob, I was just going to say some longtime friends that are in the chat right now that I just noticed. The Walt twins.
Yeah,
Walt
in
twins.
the house.
Welcome, guys.
Holy cow!
Yeah.
And then like Danny from Two Real Geeks. What's up, my brother?
I have a mod chat, and Danny was just wailing off all good tips and everything. Put him back in the chat here, Danny. He had some really good tips he had. But yeah, the Walt twins, welcome to the chat, guys. I missed you guys. I haven't seen you in a while.
You got to check out Walt Twins. If you haven't recently, they started cranking out their restaurant videos, and I love Adam and Brett. They make it so fun, and they're not going to these high buck places. They're going to Taco Bell and McDonald's. They are great. They sit in their car. They bounce off each other. They are fun.
They are fast food connoisseurs.
Yes, they are.
Welcome. Hey, what's up, Rob, Michigander man? How you doing, buddy? A lot of cool people are back. I love it. So
yeah.
I don't know if you guys know, I was just in Vegas. In a little side note, and I did the photos of John Bon Jovi and all the people there and everything. And they just posted the pictures like 2 hours ago. So I'm getting bombarded with people like thanking me and everything. It's like Christmas morning, so it's really cool to see everyone post their pictures. So I get busy notices on my computer. It's kind of funny. So too funny. So all right. So what else? What else to combat the crowds? Make planning, of course, fast passes. We have this new thing. What is it called on Walt's been on Rise of the Resistance twice. So what's it called now? The boarding pass?
Yeah.
Is that the new thing? What do you think of that, Walt? Do you think?
I love it. Love it. Wish they do more of it.
Do you think they could do more of it, or?
I think they absolutely could. I think they will. I love the idea of being able to look, when they call me and it's time to go, I'll be there. In the meantime, let me go do Tower of Terror. Let me go do Rock and Roller Coaster. Let me go do Toy Story Mania instead of having to wait in a line. Because as soon as you get in there, when they call your boarding pass, we waited 10 minutes. It was awesome. I love the concept behind it. I know everybody's a little upset because not everybody gets it, and it's kind of first come, first serve. Or luck of the draw.
Well, that's the negative. Like what time did you have to get there to get in there?
Well, I did it before they do it now. When I went, it was as soon as you got into the park, even if the park technically wasn't open yet, you could get your boarding pass right away. Now they don't let you get boarding passes until the park officially opens.
Oh, okay.
So it really doesn't benefit you to get there too early. You can get there at 4:00, but you're not getting in until 7 like everybody else.
Right.
So they might let you in a little bit early, but once 7 o'clock hits or 8 o'clock hits, then it's kind of just a free for all, and whoever's quickest can get it.
Yeah, I was reading about the fact that the people that were getting there, some people were getting there at 4 a.m. Mm-hmm. And here's the thing, I had my days of waking up at dark 30. Not to toot my own horn with being at boot camp and all that, but I had my time. I had my insanity of that, and I just can't live that way. I just can't.
One day, Dave, to get on Rise of the Resistance, you would do it.
If I had the chance.
Without kids, it's hard with the family. Yeah,
I would be the loner. I would definitely be the loner on that journey. Yes.
Yep.
Now, I noticed though, also when you're actually coming in early in the morning, and Walt, help me out with this, because we've got a May-June trip coming up, and we want to definitely ride Rise of the Resistance. When you get there, are you doing something on your My Disney experience to get the boarding pass?
Yes, you are.
Okay. And then
look, I'll bring it up. I'll show it to you right here. So you got your app, right?
Right.
Right there. See it?
Right.
See where it says find out more? You click on that, and it'll say get boarding pass, and that'll be in orange. And then you click on that, and then hopefully you'll get a boarding pass. But that it's grayed out now, but you would click that, and it says get my boarding pass or join boarding group, and that'll be highlighted in orange. You click on that, and then you put in all the people in your party, and then you hit get a boarding pass, and that's it. Get you a boarding pass. It's that simple.
But it knows your proximity, and you can't get it until you're in the park, though, right?
everyone in your party has to be in the park. Everybody. So if there's 4 of you,
too.
Dave, you can't go early and get it for everybody, and then they join you. Nope.
Right.
They all got to be with you. So remember that. But again, just make sure that all 4 of you, 3 of you, 2 of you, 1 of you are in the park when the park opens. So, because nobody can get a boarding pass until officially open. And then it's kind of a free-for-all. It's luck of the draw. So you don't necessarily have to get there early. Just make sure you're in the park before it officially opens, because they are opening early.
Breaking
Hey guys,
news.
hey Rob, I gotta step out real quick.
Go
I'll
ahead.
be right back.
Come back, yeah.
All right,
I'll pop
be
you
right
out and I'll get you back.
I'm going to
There we
be
go.
there on. I'm joining Jim, and we're going to get in on a Sunday. So what I don't know right now, and I've got to research is there a difference on the weekend to get into Hollywood Studios than during the week, or is it starting to taper off?
It's not tapering off from what I've seen.
Okay. So what would you
Well, that's
recommend,
what I was
Walt?
thinking too, so.
What time should we get to Hollywood Studios?
Just be in the park before it opens.
But what time do you got to line up to get?
There is no lining up. There is no lining up.
Well, there's a bunch of people standing outside of the to get into Hollywood Studios.
Well, right. Well, I don't really know why they're doing that now. I mean, just be sure you're in the park before the park officially opens.
Oh, before 7?
Like for instance, here, let's say the park opens at 8. Okay,
Yeah.
as an example. They're probably going to start letting people in at 7:15.
Oh.
But they can't get their boarding pass yet. They can't, because the park's not open yet.
Oh,
I see.
You did say that, but now it's sinking in. So
Now,
Yeah, it is.
no matter
sinking in.
what,
They're gonna
you
let
could be,
you
like
in
you said,
early.
you could be there 4 in the morning. You
Doesn't
can get there
matter.
7:15, but it's the boarding passes are available. It opens at 8. That's when they're available.
That's
8
when they're
in the
available.
park.
Exactly.
You
Maybe
can't
I'll
be
explain
outside
it.
the park. You got to be
You know how-
in the gate, right?
You know how at Magic Kingdom you can get in early,
Yeah.
and you can walk Main Street before it's technically open.
Right.
Same thing.
So you're saying once they let you in does not matter. It's when the park officially opens is when the app allows you to do it. So it doesn't
Yes.
matter if I'm there an hour before somebody else. If we're both in the park, we have the same chance of getting on or not.
That's correct.
That kind of stinks.
Well, no, not really.
The way they
Here's
do it.
Here's how I see it. No plan. Know what you're doing. Look ahead. Read. Look into it. If you really want to ride the ride, understand it going in. Because you're right. I mean, I saw like Adam the Woo and those guys out there at Disneyland. They got there at 12 o'clock midnight. The park didn't open until 7.
Nuts.
And then they didn't even ride it until 6 o'clock later on in the day in
gosh.
PM.
6 at
It's
night.
like they wasted the whole day.
So is it who's good at apps? Is it?
Probably. It's
Oh
probably
my
part of it.
gosh. That just did not sink in until now. So it's like Jeopardy when they got to click the button. You got to
Well,
be.
But there are tons of boarding passes. When I say tons, I mean they're probably going to give out 100 boarding passes. But you remember, there's probably 1,000 to 2,000 people in each one of those boarding passes. I mean, I don't know.
How many do they allow in a group? Do you know?
I don't know. They don't tell you how many's in a boarding pass.
Okay.
But I think, yeah, it's luck of the draw. That's exactly right. Charlie's correct. It's pretty much. You can get there 10 minutes before the park opens, and somebody could have been there 2 hours before the park opens. And the person that got there 10 minutes ago might get one, and the person who's been there for 2 hours might not.
Wow. I did not know that.
But that's not the park's fault. That's how I see it. That's not the park's fault.
Grace had a question. How does the APP know if all your people are with you with the board?
Magic band. You gotta click in.
Yeah.
You gotta click in.
RFD technology, baby.
Yep. And you can't. And I couldn't cheat and do 2 magic bands because remember, it's off your finger.
Yeah. But I have a counterpoint here, and I know we're dragging this on a bit.
Oh.
No, I want to discuss this. This is great.
Okay, let's say the park opens at 7, which I thought it opened at 7 every day. Let's say it opens at 7, and all these people are standing in line. They don't let anybody through the gate until 7. And that way, the first people who got there are the first people in. So the first
They
people
could do that. They could do that. They don't do that, but they could.
Why don't they do that? That's what I don't get. Because they want to sell stuff because they want people to come in.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay.
All
But
right.
that's not really the whole. It's not. Here's how I see it, and I'm not necessarily defending Disney, but it's not Disney's problem. I mean, they're going to sell out their 40 passes no matter what. Who gets it? They probably don't care.
So 8 o'clock it opens. The boarding passes are gone 8:30, 8:45. I forget.
About
What is
8:05.
8:05 now. Wow.
Are you saying in 5 minutes?
Yeah, they'll go fast.
Oh my gosh!
I like Rachel is it Fithian's comment. He with the fastest phone plan wins.
Exactly.
I was just like, that's it in a nutshell. I'm just like,
You're right. You're right. Because if you can't get a connection,
well, so now, so here's another tip. Here's another tip question for this then. Do you recommend going on park Wi-Fi, or do you recommend staying with your phone plan?
depends on your plan. I think
I'd lean towards cellular.
I agree. I would think I'd go more towards data and cellular than the park Wi-Fi, because so many other people are going to try to get on that.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I was reading. So you got to look back on my Twitter, Dean. I'll repost it. I'll send it to you. Someone flat out asked, hey, I'm going to Rise of Resistance. This is the beginning of January. Give me some tips. And there was like 50 great tips on there. Okay. And I think one of the tips were, I don't know if you saw this or not. Well, like if you walk in, go towards like Tower Terror because there's more signal coverage over there or something.
Oh,
I thought I saw that.
I couldn't begin to tell you. That's a good tip.
Yeah, I saw that. Yep. That was one of the tips. So
you want to hear another tip that I just came up with? All right, Dean, go ahead. This is so.
Wait, hold on. This is Capcom here. Come on in, Dean.
First off,
he's talking to himself.
Jungle is this. Anyway,
welcome to the jungle. Sorry,
we got flying by.
We got anything you want. All right, you just got me going off now.
You're good. So, we're on site. We're on Disney on-prem. So what do you say? We're staying at Disney. So, Skyliner and the buses don't get there early enough to get you to Hollywood Studios early enough. So we were thinking we were going to Uber or Lyft or something, because even the minivans aren't available that early. So I thought, hey, I wonder if you could rent a car on property, and you can at the Dolphin. Mm-hmm. So we're gonna. I've rented a car Saturday later, so that I'm going to go over there and pick it up. And the price is $42, but it comes to $54. So I'm just telling you, for a good enough size car for the 5 of us, and return it. And I figured it out. That's probably even cheaper than doing Uber or Lyft anyway. So, hey, a hint if it works. But what if I rent the car and I get in and I don't get in? That's going to be, it's going to hurt.
That's $54 that you're going to be out of there, man.
I know. All right.
Where are you staying? Can I ask?
I'm staying at Pop Century, and Bob's staying at Animal Kingdom.
That's a whole story too.
And that's a story. Yeah. I told it.
They messed up his reservation, so they gave him.
What day do you want to go over to Hollywood Studios?
Sunday.
Okay. What time's the park open on Sunday?
I thought it was always 7 a.m. That's what I had heard. But that's
I mean, it may be right now, but I mean, it's always.
Yeah, it's different usually, but I think since Rise of the Resistance, I thought it was always 7.
Sunday. This Sunday coming up?
No, February 2nd, I believe.
Let's go to the
park opens at 7.
Okay, so we were going to get there at like 6:30.
That's good. That's perfect.
Okay. Is that good? All right.
Yeah, just make sure. Again, just be in the park at 7.
All right. So they'll let us in before 7.
You're still on the outside at 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
You're not going to pass.
And there's no advantage getting there a little earlier, like 6.
All right.
Yeah, because you're gonna make sure you're in the park. And if it's a really long crowd and it's 6:58 and you still are not in the park yet, and there's 20 people ahead of you.
So Walt, just to verify, just to confirm here, you're saying that because of where your RFD chip is, it will actually know that you are not through that gate yet before you can press that button?
Yes, it will.
I think you said because your fingerprint. That's how.
Because remember, you got to got to magic band it, and then you got to fingerprint it. Now it's
going into the app.
So in other words, I see what you're saying. In other words, when you're actually going through and your ticket is dinged as you getting in, then it gives you.
Now they know.
Okay.
Now
Gotcha.
it knows you're in the park.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah, now it knows. So if you're in, like, I saw people when we were there, and it was 2 people, and they said, yeah, the other 5 parts of our party are way back there. I'm like, well, you can't get the pass yet because they need to be with you. And they were like trying to scramble to find them, and I don't know if they ever did, but.
You know, the interesting thing is, do you remember in the Magic Kingdom when they were doing the early opening hours, they would have the welcomed rope drop show right there in front of the Main Street train. Now they have it in front of the castle, I believe.
Yeah.
Right. Here's a tip. When you guys, let's say, and I'm basically for a lot of people who love Fantasyland rides, and kids who have, parents who have, little kids and grandparents and all that.
Mm-hmm.
I would highly recommend getting all the kids stuff done in Fantasyland first.
Mm-hmm.
And that way you're not using up a fast pass for good old Peter Pan, who's notorious. I could even say you definitely don't want to use up. We made the mistake. It was 2 visits ago. We actually used up a fast pass for the Little Mermaid ride. If you get there at early park hours, take advantage. If you're a resort guest, get early park hours. You're literally walking through with nobody else around you. And you could ride Little Mermaid like that. You could ride Dumbo like that. The Barnstormer roller coaster like that. And so then your fast passes can be reserved for something more, intense, such as Space Mountain, Splash Mountain, Thunder Mountain. But I highly recommend. I know Danny said go to the left. In some cases, I think if you have little kids, go straight.
Yeah, it's all going to depend on the party that you're with.
Right.
I think Danny's correct. Danny's saying, like me, go to the left, Adventureland first, because a lot of people gravitate towards, like you say, Dave, Fantasyland or Tomorrowland. A lot of people head that way.
Yep.
We always go to the left, like Danny said, towards Adventureland, and it's virtually a ghost town over there for like the first hour and a half. It's awesome. But you're right. If you have little ones, get Peter Pan out of the way.
Yes.
Get it out of the way. Run over to Mine Train. Get it out of the way.
Get Small World out of the way.
Yeah. Well, yeah. That's true.
It's a quintessential classic. It's a quintessential classic. But I'm just saying, it's better to ride it. Even if you have a 5 to 10 minute wait there in line, you can watch the clock there. If the clock, watch it move if it strikes on the hour every 15 minutes. But if you're basically hoping to, I'll get 7 Dwarfs Mine Train at 10 in the morning. No, hang it up. It's already going to be a 60-minute wait at least.
Yeah. Yep.
A lot of great tips in the chat, by the way.
I have a hint too that, and it partially is because I'm older, but if you're not in commando mode and you don't have to do a lot of rides, and you're of my or close to vintage, we just we go to places that aren't busy and enjoy them. For example, in the middle of the day, going out to the resorts during the time that Walt says it's busiest. So we'll go out to the Polynesian is our favorite, or Animal Kingdom, and just walk around, maybe have lunch there. So that's a good hint. And then I have to share one experience, which was, hey, Epcot Bob. And so yeah, Bob and I will be there next week, and we'll be doing our zig while everyone else zag kind of approach. But one day I didn't have a ticket to go in the parks, and I was going to do everything outside. So the first thing I did was I got over to Magic Kingdom, and this was so funny. I was going to take the boat from Magic Kingdom back to the Transportation and Ticket Center. Nobody's going that way. So this whole boat is coming absolutely loaded with people to get off at Magic Kingdom. And then I got on it, and like about 5 other people got on it, and we owned that boat going back.
That's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was so nice. I can't explain it. It was great.
Here's something if you also want to avoid crowds and kind of take it easy. This is why I love the monorail. We actually one time had breakfast at Be Our Guest, and we were like, we had some Fantasyland rides. We were good to go, and our fast passes didn't even hit until the afternoon. We reserved it all until then. I'm like, well, I know what we're gonna do. we'll head on the monorail. And we literally rode the monorail for 2 hours. It was
It's fun.
it was so relaxing. It was just literally you're watching people kind of come and go. The kids are just taking it easy and just enjoying all the views.
Agreed.
And then like after about the fourth time you've come back to the Magic Kingdom station, you're like, all right, let's hit it, let's attack. And we every time we go now, we always have at least 2 trips on the monorail, at the very minimum, just as part of our vacation. I would recommend doing that. And then, like you were saying earlier, Dean, all the early morning people they're all crowding the monorail to get into the park. So then, for I'd say about the next 2 stops or so, you're just kind of chilling out with hardly anybody around you.
Great.
Having had young kids and been to Disney World, I know you're not going to get a young family up early. So basically, that's why everybody at 9, 10 o'clock is heading in. So it's so nice to be able to do the opposite of that.
Yeah, it just depends on you got to know your family. Okay, even you got to know your family. I have 2 boys, but my boys, they would get up. They would get up. I'd get them up at 6 o'clock. They were okay with it, and off we went. They were okay with it. They could get up. Now we would go back in the afternoon when it got crowded and take naps and stuff like that. And that was fine. But you got to know your family. You're right, Dean. You're right, Dave. Some people they're just not early risers. So you've got to be able to finagle as best you can. And I've always been that way. I was that way in the military when I was in the Air Force. And ever since then, I mean, like, I'm still up at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Well, you're an Air Force vet.
Yeah.
Dude, so was I.
Oh, really?
What's up, man? Awesome. Hooah to you.
Yeah,
That's awesome, man.
I didn't know that. Yeah.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
Where were you stationed?
Well, I was stationed at Corey Station down in Pensacola, but that's a naval base. But I was a cryptologist.
You didn't go to Eglin? You didn't go to Eglin at all?
No, I didn't go there. But
oh wow,
I'll get into it. I'll have to talk to you about it one time. There's a lot to it.
Now I'm going to need to do some collabs just so I can do some stuff with Walt. I can do some stuff with my partners right here.
Yes, thank you guys for your service. I agree, Regis.
I feel like we should be
Lackland Air
glad
Force.
to do it.
Playing some Top Gun music here. What do you say, Rob?
Well, Top Gun is actually they're actually the Navy.
Do you really want to claim Iron Eagle? Because that's kind of like the Air Force.
No, not necessarily, but that's funny. Oh, yeah, I will say this too, Rob. Speaking of beating the crowds, a lot of times a good time to go to some of the rides is during the fireworks and during parades. If you've already seen them, you've already done them, people will congregate to the main hub and Main Street, and it'll lighten those rides up a little bit. So if you've already seen the Festival of Fantasy parade, or you've already seen Happily Ever After, those might be good times to go to some of those more popular rides too, because Mine Train might go from 60 minutes down to 40 minutes. That's big.
I agree. Yep.
I was going to say,
what's a little obvious? One sec, Dave. What's a little obvious too? I always think of when it rains. Don't go home. Stay when it rains. I love when it rains.
Absolutely, 100%.
Yep,
100%. Everybody will leave.
Cools things off, and everyone leaves. Come on. What was it? It's not a good time to go, but like when there was that hurricane too, there was no one there.
Nobody in the park.
That's when it was the least crowd I've ever seen in my life.
I was going to say, I'm going to add to your point, Rob, and your point, Walt. When Walt was talking about the nighttime stuff, we have had nothing but amazing comments. If you get the special late, like if you purchase the special ticket,
I've done it.
Special nights.
Yeah, the after hours.
The after hours.
I did it.
I am telling you, if you don't have little kids with you,
do it.
You want to avoid the crowds. Don't go to park during the day. Get the after hours. Enjoy your time in the hotel. Take in a Chef Mickey's or Ohana's for lunch, Kona Cafe, whatever. Just make it a resort day and kick it at night for the after hours.
Did you do it, Dave?
I have not done it.
I've done it.
Well, I so want to do it. If
you got to do it.
My youngest is 6. I think if we can do it 2 years from now, when she's 8,
Yep.
I would totally do it.
It's Joey's World setting. It's a game. It is a game changer. You could
Yes.
literally do almost the entire park in just those 3 hours. There's nobody in the park.
I have a question about that though.
Nobody.
If you're and I'm not an annual pass holder, but Bob is, are you paying the full price beyond to get that night pass?
I don't think so. I think you get a discount if you're I'm DVC and annual pass, so I get a discount for DVC for sure. Annual pass might get a discount for those after hours. You need to look into that, but it's well worth it, 100%. Plus, they give you food and snacks and stuff like that, and
all ice cream, popcorn, drinks, bottled water is all included.
We did it for Magic Kingdom, and I always say that's probably the best one to do it because there's so many rides at Magic Kingdom. We did it for Magic Kingdom. We rode Mine Train 4 times in a row. Period.
Yeah.
In a row with no wait.
Yeah.
There was nobody in the Rob. I would look down from Haunted Mansion. I would look straight down Frontierland all the way down to Splash Mountain. I'm lucky if I saw 4 people.
Great. That was for the Christmas one?
No, that was for after hours.
Oh, after hour. That's not the Christmas or the Halloween one. That's
no. Those are chaotic.
Okay. And how much are those basically?
The after hours, I think, is $89.
I think it depends on the time of the year. I've seen quotes for 110. It's like $15 shy of like a normal 1-day ticket.
I think, and you know what? I think it's because we had DVC. I think we got discounts of that.
You got discounts on that. The standard price is close to a full day ticket. So, and the thing is, of course, if you're thinking, well, I'm supposed to be coming here for Disney World, and I'm going during the day, and then if I stay at night, I'm paying extra money. Don't go to the park during the day,
or go to a different park. You could
you could do that, especially if you don't have the park hopper. Yep,
you got it. There it is, right there. I don't know if you guys can see that. 129.
Well, hold that up a sec.
I don't know if they can see it or not. After hours.
How often do they offer that?
It's select nights. Usually it's during the week, from what I understand. They won't usually do that on the weekends.
Yeah, it just depends on what day of the week you want. And they'll give you can get all those dates on DisneyWorld.com, or if you just go on the app, you can find them. But they're specific dates. Dave's 100% correct. They're different dates, and they're 129. But again, depending upon if you have annual pass or DVC, you'll get discounts. So,
and to add to Rob on your point about the rain, I completely agree with that. What I do recommend for people who are coming to Florida, who've never, if it's your first trip, or even if it's your 50th trip,
great Disney,
buy your own ponchos. Go to Target, go to Walmart, get a poncho for everybody, pack them in your bag. And so then when it does downpour and when it rains and when everybody's going, they're either heading out to the park or they're going to Emporium to pay $20 for a poncho that would normally cost you $6 at Target. You just get your ponchos and you just keep on going. And literally your wait time, I remember seeing, and I'm going to go back to Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. For when it rained, I actually saw the wait time go. It was like 60 minutes. It went down to 10. Great. It was amazing.
Yeah. Another tip I like is, and I know Steve's World, he buys a toaster, which is awesome. But we always eat breakfast in the room in the morning. You don't waste that hour and a half eating breakfast in the morning sometimes with the crowds and the coffee and all that stuff. So try to do that early. We get that garden grocer. They do groceries to our room.
Yes, absolutely. Or you can bring stuff like if you're driving. When we drove this year, we brought sodas, we brought waters, we brought cereal, stuff like that. We brought stuff with us, and because we drove, so we had the room for it, and then that way we didn't even have to buy it when we were down there, or run out to Walmart and get some stuff. Because sometimes when you pay for them to bring it to your room, it could still be an inflated price. Just drive. If you have a car, drive over to Walmart, get some of the stuff, bring it back to your room.
Here's a funny thing with getting things. Am I feeding back?
I think so. Yeah.
I have all the speakers muted.
It's better now.
might be somebody else.
Maybe it was Walt.
It's me. I'm sorry.
Walt's notorious for that. That's why I said it. Go ahead, Dave. It's okay.
No, I was going to say when I go to Disney, I'm one of those weird people that literally doesn't. I want to get my car keys and I want to put them in a safe, and I just don't want to even touch the car. I don't want to touch the freeway. I literally want to be in the Disney bubble the whole time.
Yeah.
So to your point, Walt, I would actually recommend stopping like in Daytona.
Mhm.
or or let's say if you're coming up south, just making a stop, around Tampa or Miami or wherever you're coming from, and just get your things then. And yeah, you'll be coming to the hotel with a few grocery bags. Who cares? You don't have to look all nice and you're sophisticated with wonderful luggage. Just show up there with your Walmart bags and eat the food in the room.
Yep.
One of my other good tips I have like a whole list of tips. I should have pulled them up, but another tip I like is if you're having a problem getting reservations and everything, I'm a big Landry's restaurant guy. The Rainforest Cafes, there's one in Animal Kingdom, there's one in Disney Springs. What is that? T-Rex, and then there's another restaurant in Animal Kingdom. I forget what it is. That Chinese, the Asian flair, whatever that restaurant is. That's a Landry's restaurant too. No, it's in Animal Kingdom.
Oh,
Yak and Yeti. Yeah. Those 4 restaurants are Landry's Club restaurants, and you can buy a Landry's Club membership. It's $25. The first trip you go, you get $25 off your bill, which is great. And on your birthday, my birthday's next week. On your birthday, they give you $25 off too as well. And they have a separate reservation system than Disney World, which is great. So Yak and Yeti was all booked. T-Rex was all booked. I just called them on the phone. I'm a Landry's member. No problem. They give you a reservation up to 6 people, I think it is. Also, too, if you change your mind last minute and everything's crowded, you can just walk up the Yak and Yeti. You can walk up to T-Rex. I remember there's a 2-hour line at T-Rex.
You go right in.
I walked up I timed it 45 seconds to get in. 45 seconds.
You're right in, man.
So that's a great tip. Landry's.
I agree. I agree 100%.
So
I will say this, Dave, to your point about driving. The one thing I will say that I noticed from driving for the first time, because we used to be the same way. We were like, let Disney do the driving. You're in the Disney bubble. What can be nice about driving and having your own vehicle at the park is the end of the night, instead of having to wait in line for a bus or standing on a bus and having to wait 2 or 3 buses, depending upon how crowded it is, I can walk right to my car and off I go. That's the only advantage to it sometimes. I agree with you for the most part. I really don't want the car. But, man, after a long day, I don't want to have to wait 25 minutes for a bus when I can just get in my car and go.
Yeah. I'll say it's far more a privilege to be in a deluxe resort where most of the transportation is not bus oriented, with either monorail or boat. But the times that we've stayed like at Port Orleans Riverside, you're absolutely right, Walt. When it's nothing but buses, it does get quite monotonous. I've been reluctant to do the car thing. What we are thinking about doing this trip is the minivan service. We like to try that out, at least for the one. I think what we'll probably do is we're staying at All Star Movies. We have backup. We have a backup reservation at Yacht Club, but we're probably going to have to cut that off. But if we go to All Star Movies, if you're going to the farthest resort, whoever's I guess Magic Kingdom would be the farthest resort. I think I would try minivan for that, because you'll be spending a good portion of your time waiting and a good portion of your time with a crowded bus. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bob, Dean, your brother Bob was asking if there's parking at the resorts, and that's another factor too. Dean, you're gonna have to pay for parking if you rent a car.
I know.
So
I
did
add that.
I did cost actually.
Too. So, well, for one,
I was doing that to get me riled up. That's what he's doing that for.
He was doing that, but somebody earlier said if I rent a car and go to Hollywood Studios that day, I'm gonna have to pay the parking fee on top of that, which I hadn't considered. So now we're a little bit more than Uber, but the problem with Uber is you can have a driver decide to not show up, and then it's a done deal. You got to wait another half hour. You might be out of luck. So,
right. Well, I would try for Uber. I would maybe try. You're not going your first day when you're down there, right? You're
I just
going.
had a,
You're going a couple
I-
days before.
We're going like 5 days in, but I just realized Bob's an annual pass holder. Doesn't that?
Maybe he
give-
doesn't have to pay for parking. Yeah. I don't
Yeah.
know if he has it. Or
Yeah,
not.
I'm not sure. See, and that's the other thing too, Dave, which I didn't take into account. It's easier for us because being DVC, we don't pay for parking.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So Bob's got the
We
annual
don't-
pass.
Right. You'd
hearing.
have to. I don't know if annual pass pays or not.
They do not.
Because we have DVC, so I never even looked into it.
Yeah.
But DVC, you don't pay for parking. Period.
Yeah.
I don't know if annual pass holders do, but if you had to pay for parking, Dave, I'm with you 100% then because I'm not paying $25 to park. I'll wait for the bus then. I totally get that.
Meg may or may not work for Disney. She says also in going to Hollywood Studios for early Star Wars, try bringing no bags or leave your bags in the car. Go get your boarding pass. Then once you get it, you can walk back to the less crowds.
Smart.
Come back.
The bag
Great
check.
The bag checks.
Great
Yeah.
tip. Because bag check will slow you down.
Yep. And my friend Mike wants to know, I don't know about this. What are your thoughts on the gondola bar crawl at the resorts? What should we do that?
I don't drink. I can't
I don't
answer.
know what that is. I say yes, Mike. You could drink around the world. You could do. Go ahead, Dave. What were you gonna say?
I was going to say I haven't done this yet because I haven't rode the Skyliner yet. So I would tell you if I was doing this for the first time, I would hit International Gateway at Epcot first, and get a drink over there by England, or I'm sorry, Great Britain. Or no, the UK. God, I'm always messing that up. You go over to the UK, have a pint, then go over to the Skyliner, head over to the first stop is Caribbean Beach, right? From Epcot. So that's where you go. And then after that, you hit Riviera. And then after that, All-Star, it'll be is it the Pop Century that is where the Skyliner ends over there on that side?
Pop Century and Art of Animation. Yep.
That's right.
There.
That's right. Okay.
Hourglass Lake. Yep.
A little
You're gonna
past
love
an
the
hour.
Skyliner. Skyliner's awesome.
I saw it. I didn't get to ride it. So.
We rode it, and I'm afraid of heights, but it was.
Yeah, Walt, you said you were going to go on Tower of Terror earlier. I don't know. What was that all about? I swear, rewind the stream. You said Tower of Terror.
I said, I didn't say I was gonna. I said, if. I'm not doing that.
Right.
See, now all right, now, Walt, I gotta rag Walt on this, dude. Okay. You know where I'm going on this. You're an Air Force dude, and you're afraid of heights.
I wasn't a pilot.
That's awesome.
What did they say? All right, Walt, we need you to do the aerial refueling boomer. You'll be hanging outside the plane, fueling the plane, dude.
Well, luckily I didn't have to worry about that.
Thank you. Thank
you. God was on my side. See,
yes.
Yeah.
Question a long time ago. Super Bowl Noah wanted to know if, and you should change your name to Super Bowl Noah. He wanted to know if you guys think they're going to do boarding passes for the Mickey's Railroad, the new ride in the studios. What do you guys think?
No, but I think they might for Tron.
For Tron, yeah.
Something like that.
I'm thinking the Mickey's is going to be.
Go ahead, Dean. I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to say I'm thinking it's going to be higher volume. So I don't think they will for that.
Yeah, I don't think the volume will be as high for that ride. It'll be busy for a while, but I don't think it'll stay consistent. Like Rise of the Resistance is such a game changer. It's unlike anything you've ever ridden. Period. It's unlike anything you've ever ridden. It's the best ride ever made. Period.
And Walt, it's only operating at 30% capacity right now, correct?
I guess. I mean, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I was reading somewhere that it's not even running at full capacity yet. So when they do, it's going to be even more of a game changer.
Mm-hmm. It's
nice.
It's unbelievable. I mean, we got on that ride and we're like, how did they do that? How did they do that? And then it's like, how did they do that?
Can't wait to go on it. So excited.
And today, some news came out. Leanne told me you can now get a fast pass for Smuggler's Run.
Yeah, I was going to say that earlier. Yeah.
Oh, did somebody say that? Sorry.
No, I was going to say it earlier, but it was just so much information thrown out, so I didn't get a chance to do it. Yep. I think we're going to stand a little longer. Walt said he had to go at an hour in. Do you have to split, Walt?
I do. I got to get ready and go.
Well, good seeing you, brother. Thank you so much. Let's talk about Mouse Talk a little bit. I'm going to stand a little longer, but go ahead. Before you get to go, get a little plug in for your channel there.
Sure. Well, thank first off, Rob,
Thank you.
Thank you very much for having me
You're
on.
welcome.
It's always an honor.
You did
Dean
such a good
and
job
Dave,
today. Thank you so
it's
much.
an honor to be with you guys. Thank you for having me. We just Mouse Talk Tuesday night live streams, Disanity. Come on over and see us. We have a good time with it. It's a 90-minute show, but we have a lot of fun. We got a big announcement coming up this Tuesday. Speaking of game changers, this one's going to be a big one for us, we think. And vlogs, we come out at least once a week with some vlogs, and we have a good time. We just enjoy the community, and we just appreciate all the support that everybody shows us. And everybody, please check out Rob's channel, Dave's channel. Dean, you are the TV guide of live streams. I mean,
that's what Rob said.
I told him. Thank
you. You're the guy. I mean, you're what makes it happen. So we appreciate you, and thank you for having me, Rob. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Walt.
All right, guys. Love you guys. Y'all be good.
Take care, buddy.
See
I'll
you,
talk to you soon. Thanks for coming.
Good seeing you, man.
I hope some of my tips helps everybody. I really do. And
you had
have
great
a great
tips.
time.
It was awesome.
Dude, Rise of the Resistance tip, I definitely needed that, so thank you.
My pleasure, guys. See y'all later.
Great. Take care, buddy.
Bye.
See you, man.
Then there's
Ooh,
three. I just
up.
popped them out. You all right, Dean?
Yeah, I just got a little dizzy.
Oh, good.
I
Very
went
cool.
up.
Can you guys stay a little longer? We got a lot of people here. We had like 40 people there at one point.
I can't believe I'm saying this. I actually have time.
Wow, Dave.
That's
Sweet.
good.
I
cool.
can stay, Rob.
Bring it.
So I don't know if you guys saw last night, I was on Disney Nerd Herders, and they asked Arjons or Donna Jaworski.
That was one of their questions. How can you ask that?
I know. And very earlier in my stream, Richard asked, he asked the question. So, last night I did go with Donna Jaworski. So thank you,
You
Donna.
had to.
My
Oh,
name.
man.
But tonight, I'm going to shock everyone. I'm going to go with the Legend Arjons tonight. So I'm just going to.
Ooh, and I see Donna's in here.
Donna's in here. Richard's in here too.
Yeah.
Too funny. There's Donna. I'm just teasing. How could you pick between the two of them? They're so fun. They're so awesome. So
those are some good questions last night.
It's good. Thanks, Jeff. It was really good. Oh yeah, it was fun. It was so much fun to be on there. I asked to be on there. I wanted to be on there so bad. So
Did he know that he was putting you on the spot when he was asking that question, though? I mean,
I don't know what it meant. They're both there listening, but I would pick both. But tonight I'm picking Richard because Richard looked a little mad at me. But it's Dean in the jungle. He is.
I'm in the jungle. I'm Indiana Jones.
You need your hat, Richard.
What is the quickest thing without doing green screen, and I could add some depth?
I thought you were doing green screen. That's so funny.
Yeah, I decided to do this. I had some. I think I figured out my green screen issue, but yeah, I took trees.
I like this. I guess I don't know. I like it though. I was switching the show too, by the way. So yeah, Dean, everyone wants to see your poster behind you. So even Kay was saying, Dreamers Empire.
Dreamers Empire. That's a whole story too. And I won't tell it tonight. But yeah,
no, let's hear it. We got time.
Yeah,
you got time. Well,
get that, man.
Yeah.
So what a lot of people might know is I am incorporated as Dreamers Empire, and I have been for a long time, like since 2001. But what people probably don't know is that it's kind of embarrassing to say, but I wrote a movie called Dreamers Empire. I really did, and basically, I knew this artist, and one night I told her, I said, "It'd really be fun if I could have a poster for my movie, even though it's not a real movie." And the next day, she sends me this, and it's kind of hard to see, and I have a hard time holding it up, but it is really cool. I just could not believe it. She made this poster for me. So
who made that?
Epcot Bob. That was. I think that's pretty much the point of fact for a lot of you Minnesotans.
Yeah, it's true.
It was so funny. The other day I had the weather on, and I just saw this scene. It's just like, I don't know. It was like a frozen tundra, and there's cars driving and snow, and they always show the worst scenes ever when they show Minnesota. And I thought, Dean, sorry.
Donna says I need a gardener.
So, what's up, Downscale? How's it going, brother?
Downscale
In the Hazals.
Mouse, Castle, and then it looks like Epcot balls. What's up?
Yeah, Epcot balls.
Awesome. But go ahead, Dave. I pulled you back. Dave, say it again.
Me?
No. I was just say that's exactly what he said.
No, you said downscale in the high. I missed.
I said. I'm fine. I'll do this. Downscale in the Hazals.
There it is.
I have not heard Dave do Mickey Mouse
I know.
in a
Oh
long
no!
time.
Oh man! All
Let's
right.
hear it. Hold
Sorry,
on.
brother.
He has to take a drink. That's like his trademark. Go ahead.
Hi everybody. That's I mean, I still got some kludginess from sinus drainage.
Oh, that's it. No more Mickey. I love
Well,
it.
I have a slight cold. I'll try to do better next time. Okay. That's all I got. That's all I got.
That's awesome.
It's good.
So I picked Richard, and Donna said she'd pick Richard too. So I love you guys. I love you both. So don't make them jealous. I know. Yeah, you guys were freezing. I saw in the news like there was like this lizard. Did you see that? Or it was on the internet.
Oh,
so
yeah,
it's got to be
yeah.
real. And the
The big-
lizards freeze or something like that.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
iguanas.
The iguanas.
Yeah,
They come back to life.
they said beware of falling iguanas from trees.
Yeah. But they lived through it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they do.
and yeah, they woke up and they just kind of like they thawed out and everything. So everyone's excited to hear this. So downscales. Downscale just said hi to everyone on the roster,
I think I'm still suffering from the chlorine that actually messed up my voice when I was doing the live stream at Great Wolf Lodge last week. I literally my voice it was about 20 minutes and my voice literally like started giving out towards the end. I mean, I was like, thank you.
What is the typical? Go ahead, Dean.
I can't. I've been to those like water parks in Wisconsin Dells. Bob's family and I went once, and the smell of chlorine stayed with me for days after I left that place.
Yep.
I didn't like it.
Oh, we when we left, we're all in our van heading back to the house. And I mean, in the van, it smelled like a pool.
Yeah.
And we get to our house, and like we unpack, put the kids to bed. I'm getting to bed. I'm like, it still smells like a pool. It took a while for that to dissipate, but we had a blast doing that.
It's fun.
Yeah. I actually I'm hoping this next trip to Disney. One of the things I'm interested in doing because I haven't been there in a while. Is Typhoon Lagoon. I've seen a few 4K videos come out of Typhoon Lagoon. Man, I miss that water park. I absolutely love that water park. Have you guys ever been?
No.
I've been to Typhoon Lagoon, I think 2 or 3 times. I've been to the what's the other one? I forget the other one.
Blizzard Beach.
Blizzard Beach. I've been, I think, 2 or 3 times. Just two or three times as well. I've been to River Country twice, so I miss River Country.
Rob, I'll tell you, I'm envious, man. Growing up, I never got a chance to go to River Country, but we would always see it in the they would always show it in the hotel room information channel. So
I'm bummed I never got to go to Discovery Island or whatever that was called. We always passed on that, and then it was too late. So I was a little bummed.
There's a picture. There's a picture of me. I think I was 5 years old. I got a big parrot. They had back then in the day. Disney was a little bit more. They're less risk averse when it came to their guests. I had a parrot literally sitting on my arm, not a trainer's arm. He was on my arm, and it was a huge macaw. I mean, yeah, and Discovery Island was such a cool place.
You went to the Discovery Island?
I went there. I mean, the last time I remember going there was like the early 80s.
Yeah. Wow. I never got to go. Bummed. I was staying on my stream the other day. We stayed at the Polynesian in 83. That was the first time I ever did a video. And when there's no computers, there's no internet, there's no dial-up, there's no nothing. I don't even think there's very sophisticated calculators at that time. So, well, they had calculators, but I had the big camcorder. We rented a stroller just for the camera and the camcorder and everything. So I was so happy I got to do that and everything. So.
Now, Rob, did you guys have the portable VCR strap and then the camcorder was attached? That's hilarious.
I think I to a point I still had that camera. I don't think I saved the VCR for some reason, because I think it broke. But I definitely have a SVHS camcorder and that's the furnace room back there. I have it in there, and I think I had for the longest time. I saved that camera. I think I finally threw it out. I kissed it goodbye. So, Dean, did you have those old school camcorders back in the days?
Not that old. We got into it eventually. Actually, I used to borrow Bob's. Bob was always on top of the technology. So I mean, all the way back to, oh boy, we're going to sound old, when calculators came out. I'm sorry, but that's the truth. I remember when calculators came out and Bob had one.
Texas Instruments.
Texas, a TI
Texas Instruments,
2000. I remember that. We figured out a way to turn it on without hitting the on button. That was kind of cool.
Rob, that camcorder that you're talking about, I actually do remember when my dad had, they were Panasonic. He actually brought that thing on Thunder Mountain and filmed it. He strapped it in. And I remember being terrified that my dad was going to drop the camera because it was so huge. It was,
right.
And we're going, and Thunder Mountain, I think was a rougher ride back then. And I'm thinking he's gonna let go of it. We're gonna lose like $1,000 worth of video equipment.
It's too crazy. I did have that built-in with the camcorder at some point. That's where I brought them on the rides and everything. Then I had the bigger high 8 cameras. Then of course now I have this is my camera. I taught my dad all the time because he was so mad that he had to carry that damn camcorder and the bags and all that stuff. And I always go, Dad, here's the camera. And I just dropped the phone, fooled around, and he just gets mad. He still gets mad. He's like, I had to carry that camcorder and I had to rent that stroller and everything. Too funny. William Downscale is always there. Looking back at my abacus. And D claims you broke his camcorder. Is that true, D?
I did. And I remember I think I broke it twice. And there was one time when I
broke it twice.
And I'm embarrassed to say I left an open bag of peanuts in the bag with the camcorder, and they got into the camcorder. Sorry, Bob.
Oops.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Do you have any of that footage when you used to film stuff? Did you do parks back then?
I've got some footage of Disney World from the early 90s, but I think that's about it.
My quest, I don't know if I'll be able to do it this year, but my quest within the next 2 years is to go through my mom and dad's storage and to find the videotapes, because we have I would call it vintage footage of Horizons, of World of Motion, of the Poly and contemporary. Back when the old monorails, where they had to go outside and press the buttons on the side of the monorail for the doors to spring open.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that was. I mean, now what's interesting too, like Rob, this happened several times when you showed some of your older footage. People love watching that stuff. They come to it.
This brings up a great point, right in line with your topic tonight, Rob, which is, if you want a way to avoid crowds, invent a time machine and go back to those vintage years, especially at Epcot. Yes. You remember, Dave, Rob, you would walk onto Horizons. You would walk onto World of Motion, Universe of Energy. Oh, man.
I remember the longest wait in Epcot was 15 minutes at Journey into Imagination.
and you complained.
Yes, as a kid. I mean, as a child, 15 minutes is eternity. And I remember this line is so long, and nowadays I would kill for a 15-minute wait.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, me too. It's sad. I don't think there'll ever be. I think that innocence is gone. Man, they're really ripping you guys. You guys had abacus and stones. I had to use my fingers to count. That's awesome, Tom. Hey, G-Town Marion, how you doing? Welcome to the stream.
Hey, Marilyn.
Donna had the chisel. What's up, Mary Ellen?
Chisel. That's too funny. Well, I had such a good time today, guys. I love it. I just kind of thought of a topic because I wanted Dean to come on, and then I was thinking of Dave, and I thought of Walt and everything. I thought you guys would be the three perfect people to have on today. So I was so glad to have you guys on. So
Good
I
to hear
appreciate
that.
you inviting me, man.
I gave it to
but-
Dean, and he's like, "I'm in, I'm in." So I got
topic.
Dean on. Everyone loves you, Dean. I'm telling you, so good. So
That's
you guys
right.
got a little more time. You want to hang out a little longer? What do you guys want to do? It's up to you guys.
Rob, what do you want to talk about?
I don't know. I want to talk about your trip, Dean, if that's all right.
I mean, I'm
Yeah.
going down. Yeah. It's I'm hoping to meet up with Donna and Richard if they forgive me for wrecking Bob's camera now because I
Do
see
me a
everybody's.
favor. Don't pick
Down.
sides. Don't pick sides. So,
I love them equally.
go ahead.
And so yeah, we're gonna go down. Bob's leaving on Tuesday, and I'm leaving Wednesday, and we scheme a lot with these things. So we were gonna meet at Epcot. We are meeting at Epcot the first night on the Wednesday night. I get there, and I know it's not everybody's favorite restaurant, but we had a reservation at Nine Dragons.
That's good.
Yeah, it's a nice restaurant. It's not the best, but it's got a great view. It's a cool kind of a cool area.
If you guys didn't meet at Epcot, I'd be disappointed, to be honest.
Yeah, but we actually canceled the reservation tonight because it was just a little tight. We're landing, and to try to get there in 2 hours is just a gamble. So we're gonna just roll the dice and see what we get. But yeah, we're gonna spend a week there. We're gonna get together with some of the lovely people in the chat, and basically we've got I'm staying at Pop Century. I wanted to do that because of the Skyliner, and then Bob, as I've told the story, was at All Star Music or something, and Disney called him and bumped him up to Animal Kingdom. So he will be at Animal Kingdom Lodge for no extra cost. Oh, somebody loved the restaurant. Cool.
Mhm.
They
Donna
use
said
that
yeah.
shrimp that they grow right there in Epcot.
Dean and Bob definitely need to ride the Donnermobile. So I
Yeah,
don't know.
right.
I don't know if she wake up for Rise, but I don't know.
Dean, do you think you might you and Bob might check out the Riviera at all?
I am definitely planning on it. So Bob's bringing 2 of his sons. I'm bringing 1 of mine. We're kind of seeing that probably someday or days the boys will go off, and Bob and I are going to go resort hop. And I would love to see Riviera. Have you been there, Dave?
Oh no.
No. Okay.
It's
It just opened.
Oh
Right?
yeah, just
yeah.
open. Yeah, right.
The thing is, from what Resort TV 1 has shown and a few other videos that I've seen, I was telling my wife is a big fan of the Grand Floridian. We kind of have like a number one, right? She loves GF. I love Polly. But I told her, I said, I don't know, you come here to Riviera, this might end up being your number one.
I've heard.
Because it almost competes against Grand Floridian in terms of luxury and elegance, at least from what I've seen.
Wow. I think Patrick just stayed there. Is that right? Zippity Doodad?
Yes,
Yeah, I think
yes,
he did it for a night,
yes.
yeah.
I think he stayed
That's
there.
right.
And
He just put a video
loved
of it.
Yeah.
He had high praises with that.
He did.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get out there. Bob and I usually at least take 1 day to just resort hop. We do have fast passes every day, but that's not so important to me as much as just getting away from the crowds, which is exactly, I mean, with all the boats and the monorails and it's so fun to do that. So yeah, we'll get out there.
Yeah, I noticed in the sky with the Skyliner, it talking about getting away from crowds, it seems to be that could very well end up being another crowd reducer or way to avoid being in tons of crowds. I know, Walt mentioned it earlier tonight. You're on the bus all the time. I mean, you're crammed with 50 to 60 people, whereas on the Skyliner, with it operating fully, you can get, if you have like 5-6 people, you got your own gondola, you got your own space, and you literally, you're just enjoying all the views.
Oh, I plan on doing a lot of it. And then the nice thing is Pop Century is far away from Epcot.
Resort. Yeah.
So I get to hop through that, and man, it'd be awesome.
Dean, Mary Ellen was wondering if you're going to live stream. I asked her that the other day too.
So the honestly, I'm being honest here. I told Bob, I said, I'm not sure if I was planning to bring my gimbal and do any live streaming. Bob's sounded like he was going to bring it, so I'm guessing we will at some point. Yeah.
Good.
Yep.
You know what I like doing? I like filming it like I'm live streaming, and I like showing it later on. I do a live stream, virtual live stream. I have the software that does it, so I like doing it, especially my old home movies or if I film something or anything. I just went to Dave. I don't know if you like. Do you like UHF? Is that what it's called? The Ultimate Fighting.
UFC.
UFC. Yeah.
UFC. I don't watch a ton of it, but I do follow up on it. So
yeah, I just
do
went to
know...
their training headquarters in Vegas. I did a cool video on that. So
awesome.
It's a private training facility and everything. It's it's about 10 minutes outside the Strip, and it was really cool. Like I did a video.
Any of the big fighters?
There was a bunch there, and it actually had a fight 2 days later in Vegas. So I'm sure a lot of people were there. But I respected those guys and everything. I probably saw about 10 of them. So I didn't really film any of the none of the big guys were there. Like that. Next night was the weigh in, and then Saturday was the fight. So maybe they were just coming in from out of town too. So I got to go see that. That was cool. It's a private tour and everything. So we got to meet, one of the guys were a Bon Jovi fan. So
do they get a little nervous if you're doing a lot of the filming?
No, I asked and they said, nope, you can film. I said I could put it on my YouTube channel. He's like, yep. So I'm gonna be editing that next week. So I'm gonna put
that's awesome.
It's gonna be cool. I did a video. So Downscale saying, 1 second. Downscale saying, Dean, I prefer my live streams noisy, so please don't bring the gimbal. Too funny. Hey, Blue Nose, welcome to the stream. How's it going?
Downscale says that, but have you guys found that the gimbal just makes your picture so much smoother than when you're holding it?
Oh yeah, it's great.
Yeah,
I have the which is for sale if anyone wants to buy it. I have the Osmo 2. And it's so big, I really couldn't take it on travel. So actually, I did buy a brand new gimbal. I was telling Dean, I didn't really get the live stream from Vegas last week, but I bought the actually Josh recommended the bigger version, but I bought the portable version. I'm not really doing it justice because I forgot what it is. It's not sitting on my desk, but it usually is. But I bought one that folds up. It's pretty small. It's pretty cool. I'll tell you guys off the stream if you want to see it. I really recommend it. I really like it, son. It's really it's not like if you're gonna do like Josh or like a 6-hour stream is probably not for you, but for me, the occasional hour, 2-hour stream or you guys, I think it's actually perfect for travel and everything. And it was $80. It wasn't that bad. So I thought it was reasonable. Maybe it was a little cheaper. It was like $70. It was definitely reasonable. No, actually, I think the more expensive one is $80, and this one was like $65 or something. It wasn't as bad. So I really like it too. It's nice.
That's a pretty good value for a gimbal.
I forget which one it was. I can't remember. So. Sorry,
Dean. And I was gonna ask Dean. When you go up down there and you're live streaming, do you already have like a preset schedule of what you're going to do on your visit, or are you just you're gonna wing it to basically see the best opportunity that comes up?
It's really the latter, which is kind of, I suppose, ironic since I have the TV guide of live streams. I don't. Well, and that's the thing is. I'm getting to the point where I'm going to do a regular live stream, but for Disney, no. I think we have typically just done it whenever we want. And we've done Illuminations a lot, and so later, but no.
Well, and now, Rob, you say that when you do your you're actually doing like a virtual live stream, so it's almost like you're doing a vlog, right? You're kind of.
Well, you know what I do? Like I'll film it. I have my family and stuff, and I know you keep your family private. I keep my family private too. So
right.
Like I'll film it, and if they talk or whatever, what I do is I just film long segments. I throw it in the editor. I chop out what I don't want real quick, and I just for an hour, and it's one big file, and I have a program on my Mac that streams it.
Have you ever come across where you should have said some narration?
You could add stuff too. Yeah, definitely. You could. Yeah. I don't really do it that much. It's something I'm looking forward to doing more. And I actually want to do some more interviews too, like not live and then broadcast it live. I want to try to do that too. It's called the Moza Mini. Moza is the one that Josh needs. This is the Moza Mini S. And it was $69. And I think it was a great value. It was really cool.
Good price.
Good price.
And I love it too because I'm a big DJI with my drones and stuff like that, and I don't like it at all. The Osmo 2, whatever the gimbal, I really didn't like it, and I love this one. It's great. So, and I think the better one was like $89, and that's the one with the, my phone has the wireless charging in the back. It does that. It's a battery and stuff like that, and it lasts a lot longer. It's like 12-hour battery, whatever.
Oh,
so that one was like $89, but
yeah, this right here, the instrument of Road Trip Dave, is it's on its 3rd year, and I'm gonna need an upgrade, man.
Is that an iPhone?
no, I have the Osmo 2, Brianna. I just don't like it.
This is an iPhone SE.
SE. Oh yeah, that's like the 5, isn't it?
It's a mid-grade between the 5 and the 6.
Well, they're actually talking about
Still 6.
The rumor is there's going to be a new SE model coming out, Dave. If you want to get it, like within the
They're
next
reasonably
2 months.
priced.
So,
Yeah,
they're going to have
they're like $150.
Smaller one. Yeah,
really.
That's what they're saying. Yep. So.
I'll tell you this though. I see you guys with like the bigger screens. And it feels like you have more control over the detail, like if you're editing or filming something.
I like it. Yeah, I do have the. Well, I'm bragging. I have the iPhone 11 Pro. I really love it. So just because.
But you're
I'm a photographer and stuff. Yeah.
I so bad want the 11.
11's great. My wife just got the 11, so for work, and this is the 11 Pro. So I really like.
See,
it.
and so when you went to Vegas, did you do any nighttime filming, like with low light at all?
Yeah, it was great. It's really
awesome.
Good. So, yeah. You got to be like this camera has like, you got to be really steady though. Like if you have a tripod or whatever, you could brace it.
Oh yeah.
It has a mode where it's like a 2nd or 2 exposure, and it does really good. So
that's awesome.
12-hour battery is streaming all the goods. Downscale so funny. You're so funny. All right, guys. Well, Dean, is there anything else you wanted to add about your trip? It's just you guys are just kind of winging it. There's no real plans, or you got your basic. You're going here this day. You got your fast pass that day, right? You got that stuff. So
going to try to get on Rise of the Resistance, and got one meal reservation per day, a couple of lunches and some dinners, and
any good places.
I'll tell you, we're going to be eating at Sanaz. We're going to be eating at Ohana's.
Nice.
We're eating at Tepanito.
I just want to see Dave's reaction.
Via Napoli.
Yeah.
Have you guys eaten at Via Napoli?
Yes.
I have not.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been a while.
You like it?
It's not American Italian.
Okay.
So it's going to be different in terms of portions and in terms of how they present the dishes.
Isn't it like you each get an individual pizza and it's really big?
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, if you go with just the pizza portion of the restaurant, yes.
Okay.
It's just that's actually I think the better value.
Okay. So Via Napoli, Ohana, Tepanito, Sanaz. We had the 9 Dragons, and we have Ohana's. So, and Sci-Fi Diner, which I saw a great vlog on by my buddy Road Trip Dave here, and he said the sandwiches, if I remember, were pretty good, and the experience was kind of different and nice, and
it's campy, and I think that's what makes that Sci-Fi Diner just so fun. You go in now here's the thing: if you have little kids who have never really seen B horror free flick movies, don't go in there. You prepare, or at least prepare them, because my 2 younger kids were going, this isn't funny. The monster's attacking the woman. I mean, it was hilarious. I'm going, guys, it's so bad though. Look how bad it is. and so he when I say like my middle son, he was basically he just didn't like it at first. But then when it intermingled some video of Walt, right? There's some of that in there. There's actually some video of Walt, talking about science fiction and all that. It kind of got over it, and it goes through a loop, and I think it's like a 30-minute loop. So you'll see the loop twice while you're eating. And the burgers, some of the best burgers on property. Sci-Fi Diner.
Definitely.
I love the Sci-Fi Diner.
So, and I'll just say too, excited to be working with Rob and Jim, who's been on the chat with the Fifth Gate, and one of our guests coming up is Road Trip Dave, who's already. I sent the contract. He signed it. He
Jim was a
blood.
holdout, but
I signed it
I
in
signed
blood.
right away. I signed my blood right away, but Jim was a holdout. So, and Dave, I guess he was easy. So, no problem. So.
He was
Timothy Rainwaters. Wait, go ahead. You know who says Timothy's name the best? This guy right here. Go ahead, Dave. I'm going to give you the house. Go ahead. Say it.
Yeah.
I was going to say I signed it in blood, but it required a week of persuasion. Dean had to slowly bring me in. I'm like, all right, fine.
That's right.
Dave, say Timothy Rainwaters for me. Go
Timothy Rainwaters. Always nice to see our friend Timothy.
Dave says it perfect. I love what he said. Timothy Rainwaters in the housing and the high
Timothy Rainwaters is in the house.
I love when he says his name.
So
Sorry
we will
about
be
that.
doing our next show on February 25th, and we're going to be, this episode will be fun because in the episode 1, we talked about the themes of our 3 park ideas Jim and Rob and I all had. They were all, I thought, really interesting, especially mine. No, I'm just kidding. They were all good. And no, I loved them all. Actually, I love theirs.
About yours, you left me intrigued. I want to know more about and I want to know more about Jim's, but you left me really intrigued, though. You kind of like
Dean kind of left us hanging a bit. He
was
he left a lot of intrigue there.
I've got 26 pages of, so I worked on this back in the 90s, but the next episode, we're going to talk about just rides. We're just going to, no boundaries. Come with your ride ideas. And I'm going to do better at keeping up with the chat. And so we're going to build each of these parks with rides. So that's the episode. I'm hoping Dave, did you agree to come on the 25th?
Yes. Yeah. Oh, you know what? Yeah. I looked at my schedule and I'm good.
Yay,
okay.
Cool.
So we've got Dave, and I think there's one other person who might pop in. Oh, my memory. Somebody.
Josh said keep reminding him, so maybe we might have
Josh is going to be on eventually. Josh was I think he's interested in the retro one we're going to be doing. So yeah, that's my main thing for now. Is
very cool.
Coming up.
Awesome.
So much fun. And Dave, what do you got coming up on your channel too?
I just got through posting my latest video where we did a restaurant review of the Dine with Orcas experience at SeaWorld.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that one was a lot of fun. And that's a 1.5-year-old video.
Oh, okay.
But I won't say anything. Let's put it this way. There's so much video from our SeaWorld trip and our Hershey trip on backlog that I haven't got to yet. So that's what's coming up. The next video coming up, I'm going to be doing I think I showed it on my last live stream. It's a Great Wolf Lodge walkthrough video. And I'm going to use that. It'll be a Dave's rest stop video. It's going to be a relaxing video. It'll just, it'll set the tone right if you ever want to get ready to go to sleep and get all cozy. That'll be good. And then after that, yeah, I'll be hitting you guys up with some of the Hershey Park videos. So Dean and Bob, they always give me such high compliments on the South of the Border video that I did, and
that was so funny. Dave, that wasn't even just like a courtesy laugh. I was Bob says, "Prepare yourself," and if you haven't seen his South of the Border video, go watch it now, and I guarantee you, if you don't laugh, well, you come talk to me because we'll work on that. That was hilarious.
Dave gets me pumped. I love his channel. I love his videos. So
yeah,
thank you, man.
So much fun, and I'm lucky because I don't think anyone else has Dave on. I'll take Dave any day of the week. I'll take Dean any day of the week. You guys are awesome. So I appreciate you.
I'm here for my partners in crime.
Always good seeing you, man. So all right, guys. So hour and 45 minutes. Wow, that went really quick. I'm gonna let you guys go. I'm sure you're exhausted. It is a school night as well. So I just want to thank Dean. Thank you for having me on the
Rob.
Fifth Gate. So much fun the other day.
Rob, you're awesome.
A blast. You're awesome.
I'd have
too,
you
buddy.
on any stream I ever had.
Thanks, buddy. Capcom. Dean is my agent. So if you want to hire me, please contact Dean over at the Live Place, and he is my agent partner in crime, as Dave would say. He is my partner in crime there. He is awesome. I am Capcom on his show. I do his voiceovers. And of course, my partner channel, my man, of course. Well, I forget your name. What is your name again? Bicycle Dave. Oh, Road Trip Dave, of course.
Boat Trip.
Boat Trip Dave. Cruise Liner Dave.
Cruise line day. There you go.
Yeah, all the
There you
links
go.
are down below. Check out these guys. Please, this guy right here. Oh, I got it right. Look at that. On the first try. It's going to go opposite.
That's awesome.
Guys, please, if you haven't subscribed to the Live Place YouTube channel, if you guys
Do
can put
it.
the link down there, because we're trying to get him there. I want to get him to 400 by the next show.
Absolutely.
So you can
Nice.
just check it out. And just, I don't know, Dean, just lie. He's going to be live streaming every day from the Magic Kingdom, every day from Disney World. So check him out.
I got to say something, Rob. Sorry, but I saw Meg joined.
Hey, Meg,
Hey,
what's going
Oh,
on?
Meg.
Meg just commented on my Twitter.
Mickey's Magic in the huzzah.
Meg had the cutest clip. She's running and she comes up and her mom's right there. It says Team Meg on her shirt. That was awesome, Meg. Welcome to the stream, Meg. I miss you. Hope you're doing good. I definitely Meg's been awesome. She just went to Disney, and I admire her so much. She did all 4 of the marathons. It was so cool. Yeah, so yeah, you ran a lot. It was so good, Meg.
I was hardcore.
You check out all her videos. I think she's over 5, she's close to 6,000 subscribers now. So congratulations.
Wow. Yes.
She's getting there. So definitely check out Mickey's Magic. She's awesome. It's all right. It's all right, Meg. Hope you're doing good. Hope everything's going good there. So yeah, everyone's posting the link there. Donna, thank you so much. And the Live Place, definitely check out those channels, guys. They are awesome. You won't be disappointed. And I'll be on. I'm not going to be on tomorrow. This is my live stream today. I'm going to be on the 5th gate. What is the date again? It is February 25th.
Yep.
With these guys right here. I was just checking the date, so definitely check it out on the Live Place. Subscribe to that channel. Thank you guys so much. So much fun. Any Disney topic, I think it's just so much fun. It was just a blast. And Meg's like, you rock. Yeah, your mom rocks too. It was so good. So thank you for coming, Detroit Disney Duo. I appreciate it. So.
Rob, I was going to say thanks for inviting me on,
No
man.
problem,
You always throw a great live stream, and
Thanks.
thank you for having me on. This is fun.
No, it was funny because when I thought of crowds, I thought of you, Dave. No, but I loved your tips when you went, because I know you go a lot during, when it's really crowded. So that's why I thought of you to come on.
Appreciate it, man.
Do some good tips. And I wanted to get Dean on because I know he needs help next week with his Rise of Resistance. So, and I look at my Twitter too, Dean. I'll give you that link. A lot of good tips on there. So good luck.
Just remember, everybody, when everyone else zigs, use
The
zag.
zag. On that note, we did it. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great night. Thank you guys
Rob,
so
thanks,
much.
Dave.
I hate leaving 25
Thank you,
people in
Dean.
the chat room, but I'm going to say goodnight, guys. I'm going to put my kids to bed too, spend some time with them. Good night, everyone. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys soon.
Later.
Bye, guys.